Now, the Obuasi mine, owned largely by South African-based firm AngloGold, is regarded as one of the top 9 largest gold mines on earth. And for over 112 years, gold has been and continues to be mined there, raking in billions of dollars. But in the abundance of money, Obuasi, just like other mining communities, Takwa, Prestia, according to President Akufo-Addo, are in a distressed state, with unemployment and underdevelopment visible on the street. In 2016, Parliament approved the Minerals Development Fund to set aside a percentage of mining resources to be channeled into developing mining communities, but that has yet to be implemented. President Akufo-Addo could not hide his disgust, he says, at the state of the mining communities when he opened the West African Mining Conference earlier today.
The truth must be told. It is difficult for the average Ghanaian to appreciate that the country gains substantially from mining. It probably has to do with the fact that the communities in which mining has been done remain largely underdeveloped and do not show signs of being the origins of what brings wealth to so many people and places. For years, we were told the mine in Obuasi was the richest gold mine in the world. The question is justifiably asked, how come Obuasi does not show any sign that it is the home of the richest gold mine in the world? The contrast between Obuasi and Johannesburg, for example, is stark and compelling. The distressed state of mining communities, in which mining companies operate, is nothing short of a disgrace, and we must work to change the situation. Even though mining companies have over the years complemented the work of government in these communities, I'm certain that a lot more can be done to transform the communities if government and the mining companies collaborate in an intelligent and sustainable manner. The Minerals Development Fund Act of 2016, Act 912, was enacted to address some of these problems. And my government is working to ensure that the Act is fully operational to provide financial resources to transform mining communities.
President Akufo-Addo there. He also spoke about tracking volumes of mining exports and indicated plans to constantly review electricity tariff in the country. We'll bring you that soundbite shortly. But let's speak to Suleiman Akoni. He's the Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber of Mines. He joins me live on the line now. Hello, Mr. Akoni. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon.
You're welcome.
So we've heard the president speak about, actually stated the obvious. We've seen how mining has, impacted lives in Obuasi, impacted lives in mining communities. The question has actually been, why is Obuasi, for example, not looking like Johannesburg in South Africa after many years of mining?
I think this is a valid question, and a question which requires, some solutions and answers, so to speak. Essentially, it has to do with what we have actually sought to get out of our mining industry for so many years. If you look at the way we run our mining industry, essentially has to do with how much revenue do we get and how can we optimize the revenue without thinking about the developmental linkages around the mining industry. So while this is a good question, I think we should have follow-up questions. Say, what can we do to bridge that developmental gap? And that is what the president spoke about. That for the first time in the history of our country, we now have a law, the Minerals Development Fund, and the focus is to develop mining communities. So the answer is that we are focused and orientation may be on revenue, and not the development outcomes of mining. And you would find a situation where the bulk of the minerals will go, the revenues will go into the Minerals Development Fund. And just a few times goes back to the communities for development. And even when these monies get to the communities for development, there are no clear guidelines regarding their utilization.
Okay.
And therefore, you would find that although some monies go to the communities, they are quite suboptimal when it comes to application. So
Okay.
I think we want to engage some more. We support the president's idea that we need to pass this. We need to make sure that the board of the Mineral Development Fund is actually, set up so that the board
Operationalized.
is operationalized.
Well, you've spoken nicely. You spoken nicely about the Minerals Development Fund. Can you help us with what exactly is in there and how exactly it's going to change the fortunes of the persons who have lived in these mining communities and whose life have not been any better over the years?
Well, for the first time, the law, we have a law which requires that each mining community should have a development scheme. And the funds which go there would go to support this development plan or the development scheme so that we can have effective development. We are happy that the first gentleman of the land indicated that the mining companies try to complement what happens to the community. We have their corporate social investment programs, for the community. But it's important that as a country, we start thinking about how can we get, the out of the mining industry.
Do you have any suggestions to help?
The answer is not through just revenue and closing our eyes all the developmental opportunities around the mining industry. There are so many of them, and that's what the difference between Obuasi and Johannesburg. It's about deliberate planning and making sure this is what I want. In fact, in the case of Johannesburg, we said on the basis of these natural resources, we are going to develop Johannesburg. In our case, our focus is how do we optimize, how do we increase royalty, how do we increase corporate tax? We don't develop a country, we don't develop a host community with that mindset and with that attitude.
Going forward, what is the Chamber of Mines doing? How is the Chamber of Mines pushing for this sort of development we're talking about?
We are working closely with government. We're doing lots of advocacy. One, which was music to our ears, was the fact that the president was going to make sure that the board of the Mineral Development Fund is actually, inaugurated so that we can start working as quickly as possible. Because without them, you can't have an effective operationalization of the Mineral Development Fund. So that is a critical, step. And with some advocacy we have been doing over the years. So we are happy that this is going to be done.
We've seen how devastating the effect of illegal small-scale mining has been. We've had to explore a very delicate balance between saving our water bodies and, disallowing people some of whom are engaging in legal or, if you like, healthy small-scale mining, especially. Going forward, we're still hoping that government, or especially those who work there, who work in that industry, are hoping that government will lift the ban on small-scale mining. But we're still looking at the delicate balance that we've had to deal with over the years. How again is the Chamber of Mines helping government with the expertise that you have, helping government to make sure that we're doing the right thing?
We are doing, for example, we are going to support the University of Science and Technology to train small-scale mining. That for us is critical. And a few other interventions we put in. Critical thing which we all agreed upon and we shared with stakeholders is that we are going to work with the University of Science and Technology to actually train small-scale mining. So they have to go.
Mr. Connie, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Suleimana Connie is the CEO of the Ghana Chamber of Mines. They're speaking to us. Well, let's go back and listen to President Akufo-Addo about tracking the volumes of mining exports in this country. As you heard Mr. Connie, there is a necessity to track these and know just how much we're committing to developing these communities that live around these mining areas. We can hear the President now.
The triple elements of the requirements of an adequate, reliable, and cost-effective power supply are fundamental to success across all sectors of industry. We need reliable and cost-competitive power supply to be able to translate into reality our desire for harnessing linkage opportunities and value addition to our gold, bauxite, iron ore, and other minerals. We must salute the PURC for implementing a 10% reduction in power tariffs a few months ago for the mining companies, as had been requested by government, and urge them to work to find scope for further reduction to help stimulate industry. It is our desire to review continually the energy mix and cost of power generation for competitive, cost-effective power tariffs. A concentration on cost-competitive generation and transmission of power should allow us to trade excess power under the West African power pool within the ECOWAS region.